The GED 2014 test has a new feature called the extended response, which essentially has replaced the 5-paragraph essay from the 2002 series. In this video, I will explain how to write an extended response for the GED 2014 test. As it says here, extended responses will be scored on evidence-based writing using a multi-trait rubric. Students will read and analyze one or more source documents and support their written responses with evidence from these documents. So students must first make a claim and then support their claim with evidence, the key word being evidence. Students will be required to type an extended response on the computer for 2 of the 4 GED tests: Reasoning through Language Arts, or RLA, and Social Studies. On the RLA test, students will have 45 minutes to type a response, and on the Social Studies test, they will have 25 minutes. Scoring for both tests is based on 3 traits or characteristics. Trait number 1, creation of arguments and use of evidence. Do you make a claim and use evidence from the passages to support it? Here, you can use text citations or quotes from the passages to support your claim. You can also use your own background knowledge and personal experiences as support. Trait number 2, development of ideas and organizational structure. Do you present your claim and ideas in a logical way? Is there a general progression or flow of ideas? And trait number 3, clarity and command of standard English conventions. Do grammatical errors make it difficult for the reader to understand what you wrote? If so, then you will receive a lower score for this trait. You can earn 0, 1, or 2 points depending on the trait, and these points are then totaled and weighted to give you an extended response score. The structure of the extended response is the same as that of the 5-paragraph essay. It should have an introduction, which will be your first paragraph. In the introduction, you will state your claim in the form of a thesis statement. The thesis statement is typically the first sentence of your introduction or the last sentence. I usually prefer the thesis to be the last sentence. The introduction is followed by the body, which is usually 1 to 3 paragraphs long. For the 25-minute prompts, you may choose to combine all of your evidence in one body paragraph, or for a 45-minute prompt, you may choose to make each piece of evidence a separate paragraph. The main purpose of the body is to support your claim with evidence from the passages. Depending on the prompt, you may also have a paragraph which acknowledges the counterclaim or the position that you didn't take. You will see in my example in part 2 of the video that I have chosen to divide the body into 2 paragraphs, one for supporting evidence and one for the counterclaim. Finally, your extended response will have a conclusion, which will be the last paragraph. It usually restates your claim and refers back to the strongest evidence you have presented to support your claim. The process for writing the extended response has 6 steps. First, you will read the question and unpack the prompt, or determine what the prompt is asking you to do. For example, do you have to analyze different points of view and decide which is best supported? Do you have to compare or contrast views from different passages? Second, you will read the passages and collect details from the passages to determine which position is best supported. There will usually be 2 passages to read, and I will show you how to collect and organize your details using a graphic organizer. Once you have collected your details and decided what your claim is, you will rewrite the question from the extended response prompt and turn it into your thesis statement. Then you will organize the details you have listed in your graphic organizer and decide in which order to present them. Once you have your details organized, you can draft or start typing your response. For the final step, which is an important one, you will reread your response and edit or revise it. Here is an example of what an extended response prompt will look like on the test. It will have the passages you will need to read on the left. In this case, there are 2 pages of material to read, and the extended response prompt or question on the right. Below the prompt, you will see a box, which is where you will type your response. The box actually gets bigger as you type, so you're able to type as much as you want. Also, notice the editing tools. These tools are the same as the ones you will find in any word processor, such as Microsoft Word. As you can see, you will be able to perform the cut, copy, paste, undo, and redo functions. This is the end of how to write an extended response for the GED 2000 test, Part 1. To learn more about the writing process for the extended response, continue on to Part 2.